The New England Patriots. I have a question for the boys here today. And my question is simple. Are they done? My next question is what's going to happen after they're done? What happens with Belichick? What happens with Brady? I know his contract's up. I know he's selling his houses. So what happens? Jordan, are they done? And if they are, what happens?
This year, I think they're done. I don't think they have the tools to go to the Super Bowl. I think they needed that first round bye to rest up one of the oldest teams in the league, not playing as well as they did at the beginning of the year, pretty banged up. I just don't think they can do it this year. Now, as far as a dynasty goes, I think we're all, as soon as they hit any hiccups, we like to say the Patriots are done. We're done with them. We are so, as a fan base, the NFL's fan base, and you as a Dolphins fan, ready to be done with the Patriots, And
true. I agree. I'm ready to be done with them.
All they had to do last week, was stop the Miami Dolphins from going 85 yards. And they couldn't stop the Miami Dolphins from going 85 yards. It's not just the offense. The defense is old. They had chances to win that game, and they didn't do it. But I just still think somehow they're going to come out and win this game. And they'll get out of the first round of the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched the Patriots quite a bit last few years, really for a long time, because, they're in the division that I watch closely. And what has happened in Foxborough this year doesn't happen. And to George's point, for the Miami Dolphins to win the game on a drive, to go down and score a touchdown in New England against the Patriots, I haven't seen that in 10 years.
Against that especially Patriots defense.
I mean, they're supposed to be a great defense. Now, do you remember in the beginning of the season, everybody was talking about, it's an incredible defense, one of the best we've ever seen. Would you say that now? No, nobody would, because they're getting shredded because they're the oldest defense in the league. And I think they played very tight against the Dolphins because they knew if they didn't win that game, that they had to play the next week. And I believe they're old, they're tired, they are the oldest team in the NFL. And so I think it's over. I think it's been a gradual process of this year of watching the demise of that team. And though the Dolphins play hard, but Dolphins don't have they've got some good, decent wide receivers, but the offensive line is terrible. And, there's a bunch of practice squad players on defense, right?
Right.
You had one of the ex-Patriot practice squad players get a pick six against a terrible pass that he threw. You don't see that. You just don't see that, especially in Foxborough. I saw some things in Miami that were questionable by the Patriots over the last few years, but not, that was up against a Ryan Tannehill team and, with a bunch of talent on that team. And, they just got beat.
Read too much into this Miami game. We really shouldn't, because Brian Flores is going up against his old mentor, his old coach, Bill Belichick. And Bill Belichick's assistants traditionally have done really well against Bill Belichick.
Well, that's true.
But you still got to be able to stop the Miami Dolphins from going 85 yards to win the game. I mean, I don't care who's old coaches.
I guess my point, Jordan, is last year, the year before, even 3 years ago, would that have happened? Even because the game means so much. If it was a meaningless game, I might say, okay, you're right. Flores knows him. And, the other thing is people are given blueprints now on how to beat him. And that's why you're seeing them lose games. You double Edelman, you stop the run, and you make those other wide receivers beat you, and they can't.
Edelman's really beat up this year. I mean, no one's talking about it, but every week he's beat up. You see him dragging himself off the floor every hit. I can't believe he's still putting it out there for him. I think he's all heart, and he's the only shining star they have left, but they just double team him, and he's out the game,
I mean, he's a little long in the tooth, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Yeah. And so I think that I think they're done. I think it's over. I think they're going to start to rebuild. There is a chance that they're going to, reload next year. But the problem is that division is now getting stronger, right? Now, Adam Gase looks like he's keeping his job, but I love the Dolphins coach. I think Flores is a great coach, and what he did with that group was pretty amazing, dude. 80 players started it. 80 different players started for the Miami Dolphins this year, and most of them were undrafted and are, very late round players. And, to do what he did in the second half of the season with that team was pretty amazing. So Dolphins are set with a coach. And then you have the Bills, who have a lot of talent on defense. They got a great young quarterback. So you have to think that Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are going to look at each other and go, is it worth getting pounded again and going through all this stress again next year? Right. And I think it's over.
And then also with him, I think Tom Brady's getting to the end of his career faster than he expected. He said he was going to play till 45. I don't really see it. And also, I think Belichick leaves when Brady does, because he always talked about the Patriot way, and he always had a solution, and he wanted to prove that it wasn't about Brady, and Jimmy G was there, Garoppolo, Brissett. There is no backup plan at quarterback for the Patriots right now. When it does end, they fall off a cliff. They go back to the Patriots of old. They become the worst team in the division. And it's going to happen fast, too.
It's what I call the good old days. I think that a lot of Patriot fans that follow us, and we have quite a few, are going to think that we're just hating. But I'm not really hating. I've always given them their due respect. I'm just looking at sort of, the last 4 or 5 weeks, and they don't look like the Patriots anymore. They look human, right? And they look old, and they look tired, right? Beginning of the season would be one of the greatest defenses in the history of the NFL. I think 5 weeks in, they had only allowed like 2 touchdowns or something like that.
Well, look who they played. They played nobody.
Right.
Yeah, they played Miami too. There was nobody. They played Miami last week. I just think they got tired now. They're tired. It's the season's going on. You can see them progressively getting worse.
I think that it's going to be poetic that Mike Vrabel is going to be the one that ends the dynasty. He's going to be the one that shuts it all down. We've had a few people comment on our page that, that we hate the Patriots. But if anybody's going to end the dynasty, it's okay because they love Mike Vrabel. So congratulations. Mike Vrabel's about to end your run. And it was a great run, but I think it's over. And, I think Brady is out of his mind if he comes back to that team next year. I
agree.
At 43 years old, it's crazy, dude. I mean, 43-year-old quarterback in the NFL is nuts. What he's done is amazing at 42, but you can see the skills starting to diminish. At some point, he'll have enough. If he gets hit a few times this week really hard what else? You got 6 rings, dude. What else do you need to do, man? It's like at some point, the addictiveness of the dopamine that you get from playing a competitive sport and winning is, it's addictive. And I think, at some point he's got to realize that it's over. Right. And so, but we'll see, we'll see. He's Tom Brady. Right. And so you never know, but all good. Anything else on the demise or the incredible comeback of the Patriots? Nobody said that they're going to come back. Steph George thinks they might win this week.
I think we all think that the Patriots are falling off.
All right, that's going to do it. We have talked enough. We will see y'all next time. Go Patriots.
Go Patriots.
Go home, Patriots.
There you go.